Ninth degree black belt, Grandmaster Hangong Lee, president and founder of SongAhm Taekwondo and the ATA Black Belt Academies, proudly presents The Way of Traditional Taekwondo, Volume 2, Orange Belt. With leading-edge research, development, and international growth, the American Taekwondo Association maintains its position as the world's most prestigious martial arts organization. This tape is the second in a collection of reference materials covering the complete style of SongAhm Taekwondo. It has been designed to reinforce the materials that students learn from their instructors while attending classes. We strongly emphasize that this tape is not a replacement for practice sessions in the classroom. Volume 2 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo was developed for the beginner 8th grade Orange Belt student.
Welcome to Volume 2 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo. I'm happy that you have chosen SongAhm Taekwondo to be a part of your life. Taekwondo is for everyone, so please invite a friend to class so they can also make SongAhm Taekwondo a part of their life. Work hard and prepare for your next testing. I will see you again at the end of the tape.
To receive the most benefit from this tape, follow this simple plan. First, attend as many classes as possible under the guidance of a certified SongAhm Taekwondo instructor. Second, read the Way encyclopedia that corresponds with your rank. Third, watch the tape and practice the materials with a friend or family member. This unbeatable combination of instructor, encyclopedia, and videotape will ensure your proper advancement through the ranks of SongAhm Taekwondo. Literally translated, SongAhm means pine tree and rock. As a student, your advancement in Taekwondo is symbolized as a seedling that grows into a mighty pine tree. The symbolic interpretation of the orange belt is, the sun is beginning to rise. As with the morning's dawn, only the beauty of the sunrise is seen rather than the immense power. The color orange was chosen to represent the beauty found in the sunrise. This definition can be better understood by observing the rising of the sun. The beauty of a sunrise is so spectacular that a person seldom stops to acknowledge the awesome power that the sun possesses. Taekwondo has many different types of movements. In this section, we will discuss the new movements for the Orange Belt student. Let's take a moment to review the types of movements that were previously studied in the white belt tape. These movements also apply to those studied at the orange belt level. The first movement is hand rotation. Hand rotation is the twisting motion that the hand makes prior to hitting the target. Twisting the hips. Twisting the hips increases the power of virtually all strikes by using more of your body. The snapping technique. Snapping is found in both hand and foot techniques. Snapping refers to the way that a technique moves. Thrusting technique. The thrusting technique is found in both hand and foot movements. The swinging technique. The swinging technique is found in both hand and foot movements. This motion is very powerful due to the fact that the entire weight of the limb is behind the power of the technique. The fluid shock wave. The fluid shock wave creates the maximum power transference when delivering a technique. Follow through the target with your strike. Do not retract the strike until all energy is transferred from the striking point into the target. The instant shock appears to bounce off the target. It is the reverse of the fluid shock wave and is designed to deliver a quick blast of energy to a bony surface such as the cheekbone or mouth area. Reaction force. As the technique pushes towards the target, the opposite hand retracts rapidly, pushing the strike towards the target at a faster rate and with increased power. Hand-foot timing. To use this movement, you must step while executing a hand technique. The technique should make contact with the target at the precise time that the foot touches the ground. This movement places all forward momentum into the target. Chamber and rechamber. The chamber-rechamber is one of the most important body movements in relation to power. The chamber is considered the starting point of the technique, while the rechamber is considered the end of the technique. Pivot. The pivot allows the foot of the base leg to turn before or during the course of a kick. A proper pivot allows for better balance, increased power, and height of the kick. Pivoting greatly reduces the stress placed upon the knee joint. Kiap. The kiap is considered an internal type of movement. The kiap originates from deep in the stomach, specifically from the diaphragm, and pushes outward to make a loud yell. Now let's study the two new types of movements introduced at the orange belt level, the twin and double techniques. Twin techniques. Twin techniques are two identical techniques that mirror each other in movement. Both foot and hand techniques may be referred to as twin. Double techniques. Double techniques move simultaneously or consecutively in the same direction. Stances. At the orange belt level, you will be introduced to the back stance, the sparring stance, and a new use for the parallel stance. Orange belts should also be able to properly execute all the stances described in the white belt video. The feet position for the back stance begins by placing one foot pointing at a target. The other foot forms an L behind the heel of that foot. Move the front foot forward approximately 3 foot lengths while keeping the heels in line. Bend both knees slightly, adjusting the weight distribution to approximately 60% on the rear leg and 40% on the front leg. A right back stance indicates that the right foot is placed in the back. A left back stance would place the left foot in the back. The sparring stance. The sparring stance is the most natural of all the stances. Since the back stance was uncomfortable for sparring purposes, the sparring stance was developed. It offers a natural feel with proper body position and weight distribution while sparring. Prepare for the sparring stance in the back stance position. Turn the heel of the front foot slightly outward 45 degrees. Turn the toes of the back foot slightly inward 45 degrees. Bend both knees, distributing your weight evenly on both feet. Relax and adjust your position so that it is comfortable for you. In SongAhm 2, the parallel stance is used as a transition step between movements 1 and 2, and 12 and 13. It is important to step into the proper position in preparation for the number 3 front kick. Proper use of the parallel stance will allow you to maintain the correct form pattern. Here is a training tip to help you practice your stances. Place 2 pieces of tape running parallel to each other on the floor. Use the tape to achieve proper foot placement while practicing all of the stances that you have learned to this point. For a complete review of all the stances, consult with your instructor, the Way encyclopedias, and the Way videos. strikes and blocks. It takes a great deal of practice to achieve competency in the skills of striking and blocking. To develop maximum efficiency when striking, you must pay close attention to the components of each movement. The components are the chamber position, the direction, hand rotation, ending position, and the rechamber. The chamber position, the point at where the hand begins. The direction the technique will travel. Hand rotation, the rotation of the hand prior to striking the target. Ending position, the position of the technique when it meets the target. And the rechamber, the point to where the hand is rechambered. At Orange Belt, you will learn 1 new strike and 4 new blocks. Note the new terminology and rules associated with these basic techniques. New terminology includes the double, twin, and reverse techniques. The double technique. Both techniques moving simultaneously or consecutively in the same direction. The twin technique. Both techniques moving simultaneously in a mirror-like motion. The reverse technique. A strike or block that is opposite from the foot that is forward, as in a reverse punch. The half low block. The half low block is the same as the low block, except that it travels only half the distance. This technique is used to block downward or towards the back. The striking point used is the outer forearm. The back fist. The back fist uses the back side of the same 2 knuckles used in a punch to strike with. The back fist can travel both vertically or horizontally while striking at almost any angle. The outer forearm block. The outer forearm block is similar to the inner forearm block, but utilizes the opposite side of the forearm as the striking point. It is used to block any offensive action toward the high or midsection. The double outer forearm block. The double outer forearm block allows both arms to do the same technique in the same direction. It is used to block any offensive action toward the high or midsection. The twin low block. The twin low block uses both arms to mirror each other's movements. The striking point is the outer forearm of each arm. This block can be used to guard against multiple attackers. The sparring position. The sparring position is the natural hand placement suggested for use when sparring. This hand position allows you to cover the many vulnerable targets on your face. Your hands must be in position to block either kicks or strikes to the face at all times. Kicks. At the white belt level, you were introduced to the snapping front kick, the thrusting side kick, and the swinging stretch kick. At this level, you will be introduced to a kick that combines the snapping motion of the front kick with the leg position of a side kick. This technique is known as the round kick. To develop an efficient round kick, you should pay close attention to each component of the kick. The chamber position, the point at where the kick begins. Correct execution, the extension of the kick. The rechamber position, the returning of the kick to the chambered position. And the return, placing the foot back onto the ground. There are 4 types of basic round kicks. The number 1 kick, kicking with the front leg. The number 2 kick, kicking with the back leg. The number 3 kick, moving the back leg and kicking with the front leg. And the number 4 kick, moving the front leg and kicking with the back leg. Here's a drill that parents can use while helping their child practice at home. All that is needed is a focus pad or a pad of another type. See your instructor to purchase one of these pads. The round kick gains its name by the path it travels towards its target. All kicks can be executed using either the instep or the ball of the foot. The instep is often used while sparring because it allows for a faster and longer kick. Why use the ball of the foot? One word: power. The power of the kick is increased first by the foot position, which forces the muscles of the legs to tighten, and second by using the solid portion of the ball of the foot as the striking point. Here is a training tip that will help improve your round kicks. Use a chair to maintain your balance during this drill.
Okay, free sparring stand. First, holding both hands of the chair, your feet lifting up, and then number 2, have your left foot, and number 3, kick. Number 4, chamber. 5, come back to ready position. Only 3. Good. 1, 2, kick, chamber, 3. Okay, next one is just 2. Okay. Have your foot and kick in the chamber and come back. Here, 2.
Consult with your instructor and Volume 2 of the Way of Traditional Taekwondo Encyclopedia for more training tips to improve your round kick. Form. The SongAhm forms have been arranged to help students develop both sides of their bodies. The form's design also enhance one's ability to memorize the materials quicker. As with all forms in the SongAhm system, SongAhm 2 takes its place on the SongAhm star. A white line down the center of the star represented SongAhm 1. SongAhm 2 is represented by the orange rectangle to the left of that center line. SongAhm 2 has 8 phases, lettered A, B, C, D, A opposite, B opposite, C opposite, and D opposite. Phase A, double outer forearm block, number 3 front kick, reverse punch, number 2 round kick, twin low block. Phase B, outer forearm block, reverse punch. Phase B opposite, outer forearm block, reverse punch. Phase C, knife hand strike, number 2 round kick, double outer forearm block. Phase A opposite, number 3 front kick, reverse punch, number 2 round kick, twin low block. Phase D, low block, back fist. Phase D opposite, low block, back fist. Phase C, opposite, knife hand strike, number 2 round kick, double outer forearm block. Begin SongAhm 2 in the at ease position. This position is similar to the at ease position used in the military.
차렷, 경례, 준비, 슛!
SongAhm 2 has 23 movements and 2 key-ops. The key-ops are performed during movements 10 and 21, the knife hand strikes.
바로 슛!
One-step sparring. In SongAhm Taekwondo, you learn one-step sparring prior to experiencing freestyle sparring. Free sparring requires reflexive responses to techniques rather than predetermined movements. 3 different methods are used to prepare you for freestyle sparring: one-steps, sparring segments, and self-defense.
차렷, 경례, 준비, 슛!
Number 1, double outer forearm block, back fist, reverse punch, number 2 round kick. Number 2, double outer forearm block, number 2 round kick, reverse punch, number 2 side kick. Number 3, double outer forearm block or half low block, reverse punch, punch, number 1 side kick.
바로 차렷, 경례.
Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Something
Something
I
SongAhm Taekwondo is famous for emphasizing strong personal values. Grandmaster Lee has incorporated many of these important values into the actual physical training of his students.
I'm proud to
use them.
manners. Borrow. Okay, number 3, respect. Ready, go. Respect. Parents deserve it. Always respect. Borrow. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good job. Way to go, bud. Good job.
Sparring segments. Sparring segments allow students to become more adept at developing both movement and combination of techniques. Sparring segments are also one of 3 methods used to prepare you for actual freestyle sparring. Number 1, punch, double step, reverse punch. Number 2, punch, number 3 front kick, reverse punch. Number 3, punch, number 3 side kick, reverse punch. Here's a training tip. You will need a buddy for this drill. One person will be the attacker, the other the defender. The attacker will advance using their offensive strikes and footwork. The defender will move back or to the sides while using their defensive strikes and footwork to repel the attack. As soon as the attack has been completed, you may reverse roles. By practicing offensive and defensive footwork, blocks, and strikes, you will greatly enhance your comfort level upon entering the world of free sparring. Self-defense. It is important to understand that self-defense moves are not to be practiced like one-step sparring or forms. Self-defense is not restrained to stances or body positions. Practice the movements from different angles and positions to become versatile in your self-defense applications. Number 1, breakaway, elbow strike, elbow strike. Number 2, breakaway, elbow strike, common peroneal nerve strike. You have reached the end of Volume 2, The Way of Traditional Taekwondo. Our goal has been to increase your understanding of the Orange Belt material.
I hope that you enjoy the tape and learn more about the Orange Belt material. Practice and attend your classes, and you will be very well. Prepare for your next testing. Also remember to do a friends a favor and invite them to SongAhm Taekwondo. I will see you soon at the ATA event in the future. Thank you.
Put it up. Especially, I want you to put your face right here, girl. Right here.
Hi, I'm ready. Who are going to compete? supposed to scream.
Oh, I'm supposed to scream? I got you.
Come get some.
You're the man. You're the man.
No.
Oh, my Anthony. In 4, 3, 2.
No.